Let's Play! Hi guys and welcome back to Let's Play Hate Plus. Last time we read something extremely awkward for me, and this time let's read something extremely awkward for me as well. So, if you remember 2 parts ago, we read I Hate the Mornings After 1, which is, the one written by Jin Ah. And now we're going to be reading about the one written by Hyo A-jung, whose name I apparently have mispronounced so much that everyone hates me. So since she's the actor, she'll have a more sultry voice, so I excuse me if this makes you uncomfortable, because I'm sure it will only be more uncomfortable for me reading this. With every passing day comes increasing worries about what the next will bring. My only reprise for my fears comes during my rare dates with my cute flower Jin Ah, but more and more I truly hate these mornings after. For she has to return to the world of commoners and family, and I will return to mine to discover that the attendance at the Silver Eternity has dropped again, and such patron has been threatening to rescind their donation. Beside me, I watch the naked form of my love selfishly sleeping as I write, and I have both overwhelming desire to join her and trepidation towards the inevitable awakening in the morning. I long for nothing more than to be able to rest my head on her forever, and never have to leave. Yet, I cannot, and I know that things are troubled. Before she arrived at the theater to pick me up, I was in a conversation with a patron who offered, as many others have, to alleviate all my financial worries at the price of offering him something of mine that my beloved wants all to herself. Okay, pay with the body, get that. I let him show, I'm not saying that's okay. That's not, I got, what she's alluding at. Hyunei obviously didn't. I let him show the typical amount of inappropriate affection, his hand on my cheek, which one, as he made his extraordinary demand, and when I declined, it was not out of a sense of dignity, but out of love for Jin Ah. Still, she walked in that sight, and she said nothing. She walked in that sight, and while she said nothing, I am certain that it worried her. I tried to make it up to her with displays of over-affection, as I cannot bear the thought of worrying her cute little head. I held her hand as we walked to the restaurant, and even let her order a second bottle of wine. Every time I am with her, my mind enters an endless spiral of worries that the moment is wrong, or that I am not delivering enough. I don't know if that will ever go away. Perhaps that's simply how love is. Despite my age and my pretenses, I have little genuine experience in such matters. When we returned to my dingy room behind the theater, we ended up drinking more still, and it's in that state I find myself to be so emotionally vulnerable. These days, there seem to be no single girls in attendance at the theater, only families and grandmothers and old men, I lamented. Gone are the days of rich girls lining up to deliver love letters to me. Do I miss them so? You'll have to settle for me, she said, with her usual indifferent enthusiasm. I don't know how she keeps it up. I envy it. It's what gives me the energy to keep going. Remembering that innocent smile of hers, I wanted her so much. I wanted to embrace her. I wanted to be overwhelmed with immediate passion for her, such that I could forget my lamentations and melancholy, and simply live in that moment where I am naked before her excited smile. I know more about what makes you beautiful than all those girls did anyway. Oh, I know what... Wrong person. I know blah, blah. I know about what makes you more beautiful than all those other girls did anyway, she told me, appraisingly, as I undressed and waited for her in bed. Do you? I wondered wistfully. She did, of course. She knew my vulnerability. She knew my weakness. With all those girls, even when I took them off to my bed, it was always so easy to me. I always knew that I was prettier and more desirable and more confident, and that not even for a second would I ever lose control of the situation. I would make them squirm and gasp and shudder for my amusement at my will, never fearing that I was ever giving any less than exactly what they wanted with me. With her, though, it's special. I feel as though I have to try so hard to please her, as though she's the one who is perfect and in control, and I never have the confidence that I can meet her expectations. But I try so hard. Come here, I begged her, reaching out and longing. For some reason, the thought that she might not came to me. Whoa. For some reason, the thought that she might not came to mind. Whoa, mind is so in the gutter right now, and scared me. But she did. I undressed her when she let me, letting her show that she was in control, even in the facette. We kissed. When we started to giggle, I could scarcely help myself from doing the same, despite my worries and melancholy. Then she took my body over onto her lap, and my chest into her strong, calloused hands, gripped me tightly. Okay, this is getting... Yeah, you can read this yourself. But my heart remains ever firmly in her grasp. Yeah, I can't read this. I mean, I don't know. Someone would have I swear, if this comes up in, like, my wedding or something, somebody's gonna be like, "Hey, Tanner, remember that time you read, like, lesbian smut onto the internet?" And I would be like, yes, I do. So you can read. I'm sorry. If you read this as an audiobook, I really apologize. I don't know if you actively watch these. You might. Some people might just, this is, yeah. Yeah, this is, there we go. So that was that. You can pause and read, because yeah. And then she fell asleep, and I was brought back to the real world. The one where oh my goodness, now I can't read because now I'm uncomfortable. The one where I can rarely, oh my god, the one where I can only rarely see my love, where the holder of that innocent smile speaks in naive dreams of living together that each day we can afford increasingly less. So I write down my feelings in the hope that I can hold on to them when she leaves, and perhaps find strength and comfort in them. And now I will go sleep at her side as long as I am able, and naked before her, adorned by only her mark on my neck, I'll declare I love her as much as I hate the mornings after. Yeah, it is sad. I agree. It really is. Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's we gotta talk. Sorry, I know this is embarrassing, but it's still really weighing heavily on my mind. All these people, married or not, talking so much about sex, and they talk about expressing their love in so many different ways. As for me though, well, you already know, but I was only ever with my husband. This is embarrassing to admit, but I remember I actually really enjoyed that at the time. But now when I think about it, I can't really remember why. Maybe it's something you need to have a body to understand. I just don't remember what it feels like at all. But still, I hope this isn't sudden, but can I ask you something? What do you think relationships are about? Huh. They are about love, but love has different meanings. It's pretty vague. Carrying on your no, that's too, like, robotic. It is just about having fun, and just finding someone who you want to spend the rest of your life with. Well, I'll admit, it sounds like Hyo Jung and Mei Jina had fun when they were, well, you know what. But I think there's something else, something more romantic. Yeah, there is, but I mean, like, fun can be romantic. Reading about all these relationships from the past, somehow I get the feeling they all believed in love. Or maybe at least they were all about being there for each other. And I guess, being together in that way was just a part of that. If I was with someone I loved, I think I'd really like that even more. The idea of being such a passionate, active thing for both people is so different from what I experienced. I wonder, what's that like? Well, Seongbok really makes it sound like a good thing. Reading about all this might be a little embarrassing and so foreign to me, but it makes me feel like I can believe in romance again, that it's not just some childish thing. And it makes me want to experience, well, something that intense. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm babbling about such an embarrassing thing. Let's get back to reading. Not that I want to just read things that are dirty. Just investigating. I want to get back to reading so we can continue investigating. Geez, let's just get back to it. Hey, we got a new inbox thing. Please do not ignore by Mr. Sung Lee. Oh, this might not. Oh, no. You did not just space then comma. This is written in English. Mr. Sung Lee, Star Union Bank Limited. Mare Umbrum Branch Luna. I'm guessing that's the moon. Hello. Let me start by introducing myself, Mr. Sung Lee, Credit Officer of the Star Union Bank Limited. I do insist in your confidence in this transaction. I am making this contact with you based on reliable information available to me courtesy of Internet Business Index and confirmed by my local chambers of commerce and industry concerning your reputation. Thus, I am convinced you would be capable to provide me with a solution to money transfer of 40,006. Oh my god, it's spam. Are you freaking serious? Kindly do. Oh my god. You know, funnily, I kind of knew what this was. As soon as I saw please do not ignore, I kind of knew what it was, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't seen that before, but I'm good at predicting future stuff. So, shall we get back to more politics? The new council. Alright. Oh, does this mean I have to remember a whole new set of confusing names? Nope, because Justice Face is right there. The Mugunghwa High Council session for June 27th, 4042 has begun. This is the first session since the meritocracy exams, and there's a lot of new faces here. Congratulations, counselors. And Counselor Yang of Justice! Plus one very old face. Wait, is this a different Counselor Yang now? Is there a new Yang of Justice? This is the first time. Yeah, so this is a new Yang of Justice. What? Oh my god. The Yang of Justice is but a title brought down through the generations. Okay. Counselor boy, if you're not gonna go very far if you don't learn to respect your elders, like now. Just an observation. So wait, is this? Yeah, no. Somebody said that counselor there might be different mute things, but nope, they're the same. Just an observation. Moving on, there are a lot of items on the agenda that have been put forward by various counselors. Unless you'd rather spend your time bickering, I'd suggest we get started. Okay, let's get on with it. First on the agenda is a tribute consolidation from Counselor Smith. You can find the full text of it in Appendix 1. You have the floor, Counselor. Thanks, sir. I'd like to propose moving a variety of small taxes and tributes and consolidate them into... No, absolutely not. If you'd let me finish, I think you'll find it agreeable. You're proposing that the noble families save some money by dumping it on the peasantry. This is absolutely crazy. I thought the engineer was supposed to be our family. Why is his name Han? Huh, interesting. You know, I read the proposal, and it seems like this shit that should have been covered. Oh, okay, let's read this again. You know, I read the proposal, and it seems like this is shit that should be covered by them anyway. It's like, nobles, it's not like nobles have use for, you know, the interdeck rail system. What's your problem, Mute? I am also in favor. Good for you. My problem, Mr. Have we seen Mr. Han yet? No, Mr. Han is not available. Interesting. My problem, Mr. Han, is that this is going to be a heavy burden on peasantry that, as of this moment, actually doesn't hate us right now. Like, seriously, is that going to be the first action of the new High Council? Piss away all our goodwill? We're really okay with that? I think everyone but you is really okay with that. Yes! Yes! Counselor Yang is Captain Falcon. As soon as of Justice, that's what I imagine. I imagine him having Captain Falcon's helmet. I don't care. A security veto if I have to, okay? Can she do that? If there's a cause for it. There's all kinds of cause for it. It's tantamount to declaring war on peasantry, which would be really stupid after what we've all worked for. It's also a security risk. We do that, it's going to lead to public demonstrations. Like, look, I appreciate what you're trying to do here, okay? I get it, I totally do. You're right, transferring it would be more fair, and I'm sure everyone here wants to save the extra silver. And you're new, so like, I get it. But you need to understand, this is not how we do things here. The makeup of the council may have changed, boys, but it's still important that we're subtle in our actions. This is not subtle, okay? That's sanctimonious. That's the truth. Look, no vote is going to help us on this, okay? No matter what. Take the proposal back and find a way to do it that it won't enrage the peasantry. Then we'll talk about it again. That's the bottom line. If that's the only way. Oh wait, no, that's Smith. It really is. Then let's move on to the next order of business. Counselor Tay and Counselor O have a proposal that would... No! Pardon me? Will you not even let me speak? Save your breath. It's a terrible idea. The effect will be that no peasant will be able to use any of the ship's computers. You realize this, right? That isn't what it says. Oh, come on! You know that's going to be the effect, though. This is kind of insane. What's wrong with encouraging the peasantry to seek out proper education? Because it's not going to encourage them to do that. It's going to encourage every single person who's ever written a letter with the word democracy in it to riot. Like, we're going to see things on fire. Probably even outright banditry. It's important that we raise the level of literacy. As the meritocracy exam results demonstrated, it's a massive problem even in the upper classes. Yeah, well, if you think it's going to have that effect, then you are even dumber than your predecessor. That's completely out of line. Yeah, withdrawn. But find another way to promote this agenda, one that won't end in the department needing to put out fires. Will you abuse your security veto for everything his council puts forward? Just watch me. There's no point in prolonging this. Next item on the agenda is a proposal tabled by Councillor Yang, the proposed Electoral Monitors Act. You can find the text of it in the 5th appendix. I hope you won't be vetoing this one out of hand, Councillor Mute. Well, I don't like the part where it takes out money out of the budget for officers not under my control, but I don't think it's a security risk, no. For everyone else, the purpose of the act is to provide independent third-party monitors for the presidential elections to ensure they occur without the fear of tampering that's lingered in the past. I'm sure the Council of Security will attest to how much of a problem this can be. Yeah, it's a problem. No dispute there. Taking it out of budget is kind of problematic, though. Councillor Smith, can you think of any alternative funding sources the act could be amended to use? No. In fact, I don't see any reason to put it into a debate. It looks like Councillor Mute will simply have to deal with it. I'm moving to call a vote immediately. Oh, I see how this is. Seconded. I'd also like to second it. Yeah, same. Justice. That was much quicker than anticipated. Of all the petty... Well, call it then. How does the council vote? I'm in favor. Of justice! Also in favor. The Councillor of Engineering and Science is in favor. The Councillor of Culture is in favor. The Councillor of Captaincy is in favor. Likewise. The Councillor of State is in favor. Okay, the Councillor of Security is in favor. The act passes unanimously then, and it will be sent directly to the President for signing. It's traditional at this point to take a break for the morning at around this time. I motion to recess. Seconded. Gladly. The Council will reconvene in an hour. Then, dismissed. Alrighty, how long have we been going? 17 minutes? That sounds about good. Alright guys, we'll see you next time. That's one sad thing I will say. Because I'm playing on a smaller computer, I can't just hide the Camtasia timer off screen, so I apologize if I break the immersion, but hey. I will see you guys next time then. Ciao.